Alright, so I was just watching something on YouTube. They were talking about it was a cracked thing where they were talking about three people who deserve their own movie or their own spinoff or whatever. And at the end, the guy was talking about Ghostbusters and talking about why was Slimer so popular. And I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, that's true. Why was Slimer so popular? Because you had a wide array of ghosts. I am assuming, based on when the EPA dude, whatever that dude's name was, Walter Peck, yeah, Walter Peck, when he and that Con Edison dude shut the grid down, it was like all kinds of shit coming out of the where the ghost storage thing. So it was like, okay, it was like a big beam of light and like all this stuff was twirling around and all these ghosts came popping out. So why was Slimer in the cartoon and it was Slimer in real Ghostbusters at one point, but it was just the real Ghostbusters, and then it was the Slimer in the real Ghostbusters. And it's like, if they all are basing this off the movie, where the fuck was the rest of the ghosts? We could have had, and I'm sitting there thinking after they went out, I'm like, yeah, we could have had. What about that ghost that was in the cab, dude? Every time I saw that ghost in the cab when I was a little kid, it would freak me out. I would just be like, oh my god, oh my god. I used to be afraid a little bit of going in cabs because of that ghost that was in the cab in Ghostbusters. It was that level of horrifying to my little child brain. Because I was a little kid when Ghostbusters came out. I think I was like 5 or 6 or so when Ghostbusters, the first Ghostbusters movie. We went to the movies to see that too. But when the ghost was in the cab and dude getting in the cab, it was all like, and it had like all this, it was all like skeleton-y and shit. Horrified, 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 horrified. It's still to this day, even though it looks kind of like dated now, it's still like, I still in that mental, like, I guess, moment of still being a little bit afraid, even though it doesn't look as creepy as it once did from an adult perspective as by a child's perspective. But yeah, we could have had that. That could have been like hanging out with the Ghostbusters, driving people around. I would fucking enjoy it. Like the cab fucked up ghost thing, driving people in cabs. That would have been a show all by itself. That could have been its own. It would have been the cab ghost fucking driving people around in the thing, in the cab. That would have been a good show to have. Then there was that one that was the monster. Hold up, I'm like all fucked up by this because I can't believe this. Yeah, we did get the short end of the stick. There was the monster that came out, or the ghost that came out of the subway system. It was all like, bleh! And that was kind of freaking me out too. But that one wasn't. It wasn't as scary. It was more campy. We could have had that. It could have been like the whole subway ghost monster thing. And then like we could have had like a ghost subway thing going on where like ghosts were getting on the subway and whatever. They even had that in that movie Ghost where they were making pottery and shit. Y'all could have threw that like the ghost in there too, because they were on the Patrick Swayze was on the subway, so y'all could have had the coming out the subway, monster ghost going there and like riding on the subway scaring people. That would have been not maybe spinoff worthy, not maybe Subway Ghost and the real Ghostbusters worthy, Cab Ghost and the real Ghostbusters most definitely. Subway Ghost not so much, because like I don't know, that just don't seem like a good idea. What about the ghost when all the stuff had happened? They had got the Ghostbusters out of jail. The one black dude was like, the walls in the 53rd precinct were bleeding. How do you explain that? Where the fuck was that ghost? Why couldn't we have the walls in the 53rd precinct ghost or walls in the 53rd precinct were bleeding ghosts and the real Ghostbusters? We could have seen like bloody walls. It could have been horrifying. Everybody would have been like, oh my god, that is horrifying. Granted, yes, I know. It's not supposed to be a horror movie. We're not supposed to be horrifying people. We're supposed to be laughing at the craziness. And don't get me wrong, the craziness of the Ghostbusters is just that. That's actually a movie that will, to this day, still have me on the floor. But I'm saying, we could have had the walls were bleeding ghosts. But we didn't have that. We have Slimer. And it's not that I have a beef with Slimer. It's not that there was anything wrong with Slimer per se. But I'm saying, We had a wide array of other ghosts that we could have had that were in that containment unit that we will never get. And it's just sad. We got gypped. We got gypped, and we aided and abetted the jipping. Because when they came out with those Echo coolers and Slimer was all on the cover or on the box of the juice, we drank that shit and was like, yeah, even though it was kind of nasty. We also aided and abetted when it was Slimer and the real Ghostbusters. Somebody didn't say we need to put the brakes on this Slimer thing and have like another ghost in the mix. We just enabled it. We enabled it. We allowed this to happen, and we shortchanged ourselves. We totally shortchanged ourselves, and now we stuck with Slimer as the iconic ghost of Ghostbusters. And yes, it was funny when Bill Murray got slimed. Yes, it was funny when he popped out the hot dogs. But I'm saying, Cab Ghost would have been horrifying and fun all at the same time, and we didn't have that because we enabled the Slimer whole thing to continue. So I don't even know. But he does have a point. Why was Slimer so popular? Like, he was like, I guess because he had a bigger role, he had a better agent, but I don't know. It's just sad. We could have had Cab Ghost. I am all for Cab Ghost now. So, Cab Ghost 2017, whenever that will be. Okay, so I'll see y'all later. Later!